nigga, shut the fuck up. Let's go, look. I stack dollars, players and Chevys and Monte Carlos, moving big weight by the carload. First you get the money, the power, then the bitches follow. Got a burner on my waist and it's still with hollows. You know the motto, swing it out the bottle. Got a couple model chicks and they love to swallow. Fill up my cup right quick, that's macchiato. And I don't care if you black, white, or eating tacos. I put that on my Tata Andres Delgado. Fuck around and end up in a cup of caldo. I let the 9 blow, running from the 5-0. Pistol on my side, so if you trip, you get your mind blown. I'm from the city where them winos run up to your side though. Empty out a clip and watch it die slow. Hitting the preacher read the Bible. And you're waking the mistakes for trying to take the cake that I won't. Beauty valor, music the cure. Cause when I'm spitting on this microphone, there's never a flaw. Yeah, never a flaw, never a flaw. Cause when I'm spitting on the microphone, there's never a flaw.
Yo, what is up, people? What is going on? We are back with the O.O.C. Bigger Ford and Roberto is in the house. Still haven't heard much from JG yet, so I'm sure when he's can make it, he will be here. Roberto, talk to the people, sir.
What's good? Wednesday night, where you know you can
Oh,
find us.
hold on. Gotta unmute you. There.
Yeah, got
There you
me
go.
on.
My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. This time it wasn't on me.
Nope. This is strictly my fault.
Everything's good, but the world's still crazy.
Trust me on that one. How was your week, brother?
It is what it is, man. I'm just, thankful God lets me see a next day. And
100%.
that's about it, man. The grind continues, the 9 to 5. I'm not
Mhm.
playing hurry because that's false hope.
100%. You know what? I'm glad because I just remembered and there's something I wanted to talk to real quick about. Bro, you know who I seen on Saturday? Because I'm bringing up the name because we were talking about him recently on the show.
I saw your text.
Okay, you saw the text.
You saw him?
Yeah, bro.
Did you
So
talk to him?
yeah. Because I was walking past him, right? And he seen me when I was coming up, and he was like, "Anzo," and I was like, "Yo, what up, Leonard? How you doing, bro?" He's like, "Not man, just chilling, whatever." And I pulled out some funds. I gave him some money, and I said, "Here, hold that." You know what I mean? And wished him well, and went on my way.
He talked to you civil and everything?
Like, yes, like he knew me from way back when, bro. Yes.
Is he still heavy?
Yeah. Must be taking his meds because one time I seen him and he like just walked right past me like he didn't even know me, you know what I mean? And then this time I seen him and it was like, "Hey man, what's up? How you doing?"
Wow. Like you said, we just spoke about him not too long ago.
100%. But that's what I was saying, like when I was talking, because I said a little something on the Spoiler Kings, well, on my show, The Rewind on Saturday. But it's like, man, sometimes you got to really count your blessings, right? And I tell them people all the time, like, don't sit around and think that because, things are bad for you or things ain't going so well, there's always someone worse off than you, man. Because this guy was one dude that we used to go to the gates with, play dominoes with, and all kinds of crap with. And next thing you know, the man out on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
To be
funny how
honest.
things work, but
Mm-hmm.
again, you
And
said it. Yeah, most people don't appreciate the things they have, the situations they're in. They're always looking at others, saying, "I wish, I wish."
mm-hmm.
Trust me, there's someone looking at you saying, I wish too.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what they're gonna wish for, but
Well, you know
okay.
what? They wish to have a roof over their head.
Oh, 100%.
They
Yes,
wish they could have
absolutely.
more than one pair of Jordans, even a pair of
Absolutely.
Jordans. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
a
I
lot of
said
things
this.
so people will never have.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I remember like saying like, you could be struggling, right? But if you have a roof over your head, count yourself blessed. If even if you got to be eating ramen noodles every day, be glad that you eating every day. You know what I mean? Be glad that you got a roof over your head because it is getting rough out there and it's getting even worse now that things are getting so damn expensive. I went to Provigo, bro, right? And they had steaks on sale, and two steaks for 20 bucks is them putting steaks on sale. T-bones.
And then T-bones are fucking maga.
Actually, no, they were pretty thick. They were pretty thick.
Yeah.
I can't say that. Yeah, they were pretty thick. But even still, just like buying two T-bones for 20 bucks is ludicrous to me.
But I run with it like this when I see that because if, T-bone is my thing. If
Yeah,
I
me.
go to a restaurant and want a T-bone, that shit's starting at 55 bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
So when I do the math, I say, listen, I'm cooking this the way I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love T-bone. I think I'm worthy of this fucking steak, and I'm buying it
Mm-hmm.
for me.
No, I get you
You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah, no,
Because
I
we
feel you.
don't treat ourselves good enough. The other
I
day,
agree.
my wife got vexed for something stupid.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I don't want to be a hypocrite because I've done it too, but I'm trying to change the mood. And I go to her, babe, how many times have you done that but never gave yourself a high five? Give
Mm-hmm.
yourself props to say, hey, I consistently done this for years without fucking up once. And the
Mm-hmm.
one time I fucked up, it's like I fucked up every day.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You stupid this, you dumb mother
Mm-hmm.
this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That shit hurts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Internal self-inflicted abuse.
100%. But why did she get mad at you for that though?
Not mad at me, mad at herself.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. I
That's what
got
I'm
you.
saying.
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
so quick to give themselves shit, but not props.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's like you mess up one time and it's the end of the world. That's a woman thing though, I think too. I don't
I've done
know.
it too, like, fuck, I forgot to lock the door. How the fuck did I forget to lock the door? I know I'm leaving. How the fuck did I forget to lock the door? But then I think back all the events that took place prior to locking the door. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
don't be so hard on yourself, man.
What up, Bazo? What up, LDG? Thank you guys for popping in. Much appreciated. No, I feel you. Just the other day, I left the house and I was like, damn, did I lock the door? Let me go back upstairs and check. I actually did. But when you getting older, you gotta, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta make sure that you remember locking the damn door, bro.
Because if you did it, you could reach home and you see how your fucking house is.
Facts,
Mad
facts.
at yourself.
And And even if nothing happens, you just feeling stupid because you coming home and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't lock the door.
Fuck.
How the hell did I lock the door? What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Thanks for popping in. No GG, no JG again. He was deported, wasn't he?
We
Yo,
just
Mike.
we just hope all is well because this is not JG-ish.
Yeah, 100%. So I haven't heard from JG in a couple of weeks now. So, like I said, I'm hoping everything is okay, and I'm sure when he's ready, he'll reach out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like you gotta count your blessings every single day and not act like you talking about Michael shaking the ice out of. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that, LDG. We're gonna be talking about that for sure. But that's why I say you gotta count your blessings, man. Because if, and I blame this for COVID because before COVID, I used to always carry cash with me, right? Like I never used my debit card. It was always cash. I'd get paid. I'd take my money out. I'm not leaving my money in the bank. Now I don't. Now I use debit. So when I seen him, I was only able to give him a $5 bill. You know what I mean? Because that's all I had. And if I had more, I would have given him more. I'd have given him like a 20. You know what I mean? Here, go buy yourself something to eat or something like that. Um, I was planning on going back to see if he was still there when I was done shopping and everything. But then I was like, forgot. You know what I mean? I can't lie. I forgot. Spent a lot of money too. So I was like, you know what? Next time I see him, I'll make sure that I have a little something, But it is
Sure
what it
enough,
is.
man saw him with money in their pocket and didn't give him any. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part
yeah,
is still better
yeah,
than
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, yeah, 100%. But so that's why I say, man, always be glad that you have a roof over your head and you're able to feed yourself because it is rough out there and it's going to get rougher. But there's always going to be someone who's in a little bit worse predicament than you. So that's really much all I had to say on that. But like LDG said in there, yeah, we got a few topics to come and talk about here today, as you see, because now we're on this other campaign. You can't really see what the topics are. But did you see the Michael Jackson stuff, Roberto? That's your goat? Not
I,
Michael Jackson, sorry, Michael Jordan. My bad.
I am just as lost as you guys on what the topics are. I have no fucking clue. So, I'm just rolling with the flow as we state every show live.
Facts. I hate the fact that it doesn't show you guys what it is up there as the title, but it's all good. But did you see the
You know
Michael
about
Jordan's?
money shit. No, I didn't. I didn't see or hear nothing.
All
What
right, all right.
what happened now? What are all
Well,
you brownies gonna gloat about now? What happened?
oh no, no, definitely not no Bronny stuff. But we can definitely
No, I
talk
mean
about this.
brownie celebrators are probably gloating on whatever you're about to show me.
Yeah, I know, but I had a feeling like you were trying to call me a Bronny celebrator.
No,
You know what I mean? Okay.
hey, if
Okay.
you
I'm
feel
just
that
saying
way, then
because
that's the way it
because
is.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
don't
no,
call
because
out any names.
no, no, because sometimes I know you think because I defend him a couple times that I'm a
I
fan,
didn't say
and
nothing this time.
I know. I'm just saying, let you know, I can't stand that dude. Trust me on that one. But this is the shit that's going around, and it has a few people kind of losing their minds. And I want you to see and to get your opinion on what you see here. Got that?
What the fuck?
I was waiting to hear what you had to say. All right, so that's what's going on. It's Michael Jordan supposedly looks like, well, not supposedly, he pinching that little dude's butt, like playing around with him though. But I want to get your thoughts on that,
How
Roberto.
tall is Jordan? 6'6"?
6'6".
Does that look like a man who's 6'6"? How tall is this fucking kid?
I have no idea. I
I
have
would
no
think that he would have to bend down a lot further than that to be grabbing that kid's ass. So I'm gonna say that's AI.
Oh no, 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 no. That's not, no, no, no. That's no, that's taken from the All Star game, bro. That's your goat. That's your goat.
Well, listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. It don't matter who you are. If you're caught doing that shit, you gotta go.
So I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say it, I really do, because there's this coon on X and YouTube, whatever, the racist cop, the black racist cop, Brandon Tatum. And I kind of agree with him, where I'm saying people making a big deal out of this, right? So, first off, this kid is supposedly like Michael Jordan's kid, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the details of it, but this is what they're saying. Like, that's how close he is to Michael Jordan, right? That he's like a father to him. But at the same time, I mean, people like to see these things and turn it into something sexual when it could simply just be a man playing with someone who he considers his son.
Well, if the kid was black, I think my outtake would be a little different. I'd, maybe say is he related?
Uh
Uh,
huh. Uh huh.
you know, I could tell you athletes, not that they're all closet people, but athletes have tendency to clap, slap, pinch on the butt and shit like that.
Yes.
So again, but for me seeing a black man doing that to a white kid or a white man doing that to a black kid, it just doesn't look right.
I got you.
So
Now, and
if sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
If there is some family relation, because the kid ain't really freaking out either.
Go ahead.
I don't know. It just don't look right. Come on,
Said
Michael, you're at a fucking thing. You're Michael Jordan. Like cameras are always on you and shit. You couldn't tap him
Michael
on the shoulder.
Michael Jordan is old. Maybe he's getting a little senile. I don't know. Hello. What's up, Duan?
Could
How you
be.
doing, brother?
Could
Thanks
be.
for popping in. I don't know, man. I'm just so
I know he's
this
got a
is
young wife.
100%. But with that kind of money, I'd probably have a young wife too.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
You know what I'm saying?
like, I don't understand the fascination
Of
with old men and young kids.
Oh, well, it depends on how young though. We talking.
I just don't understand the fascination, Anzo.
Okay, but
Like, you
again,
could be a man and fantasize, fuck, when I was younger, what are you gonna do? You're 75 with a 30-year-old woman. What are you gonna do?
no, okay, I hear that age, but what about 50 and 30?
Okay,
Okay, because that's more what I'm talking about. You
okay.
know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. No, I get the 75 and 30. Yeah, you 100%. There's nothing. It makes no sense whatsoever. You know what I
Unless,
mean?
unless you're Eddie Murphy.
Facts, 100%.
It ain't agent at all, man.
He said, so if one of those kids has a child with a white girl, the kid might look white like my nephew. I got you. Said, Mike, slow. Mike was breaking up chunks of ice caught in the shirt and letting it drop out of his pants as the kid got caught with a Gatorade cooler on the winning drive. Okay, really? See, I didn't notice the ice, but I heard that too. He might be his grandfather or something like that. There's some sort of relation to that kid. But I want you guys to hear this guy's take. Listen to what he has to say.
I'm sorry, I didn't know Michael Jordan was your childhood hero. I didn't know Space Jam was your favorite movie. I don't care how many championships he won. When it comes to children, keep your hands off at all times. Oh, but he's the godfather. I don't care if he's his blood uncle. You don't touch a child near there. You don't touch his private parts. Ever. But he known him since he was a baby. So what?
I don't know.
You
That
want a
don't look
6'6"
like ice
grown
to
black
me.
man fondling your child's rear end for some ice chips? I'm sorry, I don't get down like that. Since when has it been okay to touch other people's children? What is going on here? Why is this a conversation? I never seen my comment section so divided. I don't care how many championships he won, he's just a nigga to me. Nigga standing outside of Walmart ain't no different. Homeless nigga, rich nigga, same thing. Keep your hands off the children, Mike. They're just helping him out. I mean, he wasn't being inappropriate. Sure, whatever. Sure, maybe it was innocent. That's not the point. Everything starts off innocent. Hey, Mr. R. Kelly, yeah, meet my daughter. You're a singer, right? You want to kind of mold her to become a singer like you? I can leave her at the studio with you? You'll be all right? Okay, all right, I'm going to leave now.
You cannot
And you wonder
compare
why
R.
your child
Kelly
goes
to
missing with
that, bro.
Epstein. Everything starts off
You can't
innocent.
even do that, bro.
You can
That's
take
dumb.
chances, I won't. We shouldn't have to argue this. This is common sense. Hands off children. Very simple.
I didn't hear the whole video, so that part where he's like comparing, you can't compare that to R. Kelly, bro. R. Kelly had a history of doing things like that. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Listen, you guys know this. I'm not a Michael Jordan fan, not one bit. Do I like Michael Jordan? I never have. I've always been a Piston fan, and I've never liked Michael Jordan. But I'm not going to sit here and make a big thing out of something like this. It's funny because there's a videos too where you see fathers and they're kissing their child on the lips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like 8 years old, whatever. Oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why does everything have to be so sexual? Right? Everything with these people. What's that, Roberto?
Everybody's got an opinion.
Exactly. And everything's gotta just be like so damn, oh well, this is sexual and you can't be doing that. Said I don't see all of that, but it was long, but still not sexual. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not something sexual where it's like, oh my God, Michael Jordan is fondling this little kid. Now what are they gonna try and do? Investigate Michael Jordan for sexual abuse? Sexual assault to see if he's doing this on like kids and
I
another.
would say it's not sexual, it's inappropriate.
It definitely
I
could be
think the
inappropriate, 100%.
circumstance is inappropriate because a lot
Yeah,
of people are going to misinterpret it no matter what you say in your defense.
100%,
Your blood, they've already made their decision.
100%. I agree
Don't
with you
put yourself in
100%.
that, man. I know you're
I
Michael Jordan.
I seen elderly people do this before to their kids. Sometimes they do it to play around and they don't mean it to be sexual. 100%. I just think a lot of people like to, you know, and as we say this, cancel culture and outrage culture to where they just want to be outraged about crap. Right? We just want to be outraged about this because Michael Jordan shouldn't be doing stuff like that. And it's just crazy. And now I got to show this clown because this clown was actually defending it and kind of makes me messed up that I got to agree with this fool. But let's listen to what he said.
I don't think nothing that Michael Jordan did was wrong at all. People doing too much. Look, he's trying to get the other guy trying to get him worked up. He work him up, pinch him a little bit, scratch his legs. How is that a problem? He just pinched him a little bit. And then scratch his legs. Wait, why y'all gotta make something out of nothing, man? He's just getting him motivated. Pitch him a little bit, get him excited. Y'all want to say the man a pedophile now. When that boy is probably like his son. People are so caught. I call it the Epstein theory. And we're going to get to that here in just a second. But people are so ready for a good man, I would say a good, decent man that have never had any issues whatsoever in his career with the accusations, for a good man to somehow be a pedo. It's just that they got to see it everywhere they go. They got to see somebody doing something wrong. Michael Jordan didn't do nothing wrong. I can almost put my life on it that Michael Jordan probably knew that kid from before he was born. Probably at Michael's house, they hanging out. They like family together. And if it was Michael Jordan's son, would you say anything? Well, the kid was probably like his son. All he doing was encourage him to get motivated and excited. And y'all want to be weird.
What point do you agree with? Everything?
Huh? Pretty much that I think people are making this out to be a big thing that it's not. You know what I mean? Like you said, they want to be calling Michael Jordan a pedophile and all kinds of stuff like that. Like the earlier what the guy said, and I just don't. I'm not gonna. Yeah, go ahead.
We know hate culture is the thing right now.
Yeah.
Hate culture, hate theme, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you put out there that isn't hate, they will make it hate. And the stuff you should hate, they want you to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So if this ain't some fucking mind twisted shit going on, I don't know what is.
100%. Shifty Gim said, it's people taking something harmless to distract from Michael making history with his team winning the Daytona 500. Facts. 100%. Because you know what's funny, Shifty? I didn't even know he had he owned the team in the Daytona. I had no idea until I seen a little clip where he was like, you know, cheering with everybody. And I was like, oh, what's that?
My brother.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Now, the fact that I don't like to, but this is the first time I've ever seen this Officer Tatum guy defend someone black. This is the first time I've ever seen him defend someone black. And he's actually defending Michael Jordan. I hate the fact that I agree with him, but I think people take things and want to twist it. And especially when it's a black hero that people put on a pedestal like they do with Michael Jordan. I don't, because I can't stand that fucker. I hate Michael Jordan, right?
But they're going to try and pull a Bill Cosby on him.
And try and take him down, right? Yeah. Next thing you know, if they start trying to take Michael Jordan down for this, because it's the same playbook that they do all the time. One of these things come out. Next thing you're gonna know, you're gonna hear accusations, right? Oh, look, Michael Jordan diddled this kid in the past and blah, 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 this and that. Or Michael Jordan did this and that. And you're gonna hear a lot of stupid shit that I think they're going to do to try and destroy his name. And as much as I don't like Michael Jordan, we're not going to be doing that, trying to destroy Michael Jordan's name for something that I think is absolutely innocent. You know what I mean? I just think it's just a nothing burger of something for people to want to argue about. What's that? What up, G Major? I didn't hear you.
I said, let's see what comes of this.
100%. I'm definitely curious to see where they go with this. 100%. Said Basel said, did you guys heard of the non-binary person who won 500 from a hair salon because they had their website man or woman only as a choice? No, I didn't hear that. It
Please
was
tell
in
me that's not
Longueuil?
in Canada.
Yeah, he said the hair salon in Longueuil. Really?
Oh, fuck.
Really? I did not know that. I did not know that. Interesting. And then Mike said, not only that, but doesn't this guy always make something out of nothing? And now he's wondering why? Ironic. Yeah, you're right, Mike. He's the same dude, the same guy that will see something and be like, "Oh, I gotta do this," and blah blah blah, no, 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 no. And now he's like, but at the same time, I'm going to sit here and honestly say I 100% don't disagree with him. I don't disagree with him. I don't think he's wrong. And I'm tired of people trying to make a big thing out of certain, black celebrities or whatever. And regardless, even if he wasn't a black celebrity, if it was a white celebrity, I'd say the same thing. Like, come on, bro. Like, enough is enough, right? Now, I want to show you another clip, right? I'm going to show you guys another clip. And of course, it's X. So I got to bring us up here before I bring it down because X be showing some titties and all kinds of stuff. I swear. I was watching this guy who's covering, like, you don't know, but Geeks and Gamers, Mike will know, and then the quartering, right? So when Geeks and Gamers was doing a video on accordion, they were scrolling through X, and of course they scrolled through something and titties popped up. They're like, "Oh, titties," you know what I mean? And I was like, you know. So you definitely got to be careful when you scroll through X. All right.
That's what
So,
everyone's going through now?
oh yeah, there's just titties all over, bro, all over it. So I'm gonna read this first. It says, video sparks outrage as Pastor T.D. McNutt posted a video of himself with his adopted son, 15-year-old Quintaro Gates. All right. So now I'm going to show the video. Just give me 1 second while I bring it up. Yeah, that clown quarter pounder. Absolutely. All right. So let's watch this video.
Happy birthday! Hey, happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Hey! So you got you to 15? 15 now! Yes, you is! Hey, hey! Go to bed, boy. What you doing? That's right. Go to sleep. You peed? You peed on yourself? Oh. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Apostle Tavarius McNutt was arrested December 23rd,
His
2025 on
last name
charges of
is McNutt.
molestation
That is
and sexual
crazy.
abuse of a 15-year-old little boy y'all just saw in that video. And the crazy part is, that video was posted on social media almost 2 years ago. And the little boy ain't come forward until just recently. Now, because of this charge, Mr. Apostle McNutt has not been allowed to be around this child since December 3rd due to court orders. Until just recently, where they went live as a unit for an hour, 12 minutes, and 8 seconds, and I watched every single second of it because I knew everybody was not going to watch this whole thing. I mean, the microaggressions in this video was sickening. I said, everyone who's not watching these full lives, we get the narrative that this is the child, this is his mother, and this is his father. But then when you start watching all the stuff, you finally realize that's not even his father. In fact, that's not even his girlfriend. They are cousins. They live in separate homes. This man in the red is this guy's in a green cousin, but he calls him dad. Why? Because he told him to call him dad because he'd been in his life since he was 4 years old. Super red flag. Why is he calling you dad and he has a biological dad that's alive? You're not even a stepdad. That's if you was married to his mother. You're not. You're his cousin that's in his life. You're sick. And this is how it happens. People try to get a role in your life, a family role, to prey on you. Now, the purpose of this live was because Mr. McNutt wanted this little boy to apologize to the world and hold him accountable for telling the police on him and saying he was lying. Now, the live started off super weird as it is. This grown man who was his cousin dad just out of nowhere said, we know he handsome. He handsome. Who gives a F? What are you talking about? You're accused of molesting this man. Why are you calling him handsome? On December 3rd, the little boy had enough. The principal at school told him, you got to go to your father's house. And the little boy responded, I'm not going there. He be molesting me and sexually assaulting me. Police was called. They went to his house and boom, the father, got arrested. And to avoid accountability, this grown man just took this little boy on live to complete humiliating, put all his business out there, just told the whole world, hey, this little boy think he can get away with anything. He is a liar. He thinks he can go to school and grab people's private parts. We don't tolerate that in this.
So what are your thoughts on that video, Roberto?
That's disgusting.
Because those are two different totally videos, right? From compared to what that little thing we call Michael Jackson. This one is way more suspect than anything. Now, I'm not going to listen to what he said about the cousin and the father and all of that stuff because someone could be a father figure to, maybe his father's not in his life and he's a father figure to him, right? So I'm not going to discuss all of that because I haven't seen the video. But the video that we've seen, yeah, that kind of disturbing. That's kind of disturbing.
Sorry, there's no kind about it. That's very disturbing.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know what sport this guy played that he can justify what he did.
I feel you. What do you mean, like, because in basketball
Like
they
I
touch
told
people's
you,
butt and shit?
hockey, a lot of slapping on the butt, pinching the butt, whatever, Sort of like what Michael did.
Yeah. No, I
But
feel
if
you.
some guy did what this guy did to that kid, he'd eat a hockey stick, man. They'd be saying you be eating chiclets. You get cross-checked to the mouth.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? So, and I'll watch the live, I guess, the one that he's talking about, this one, to see. I just
Who's
don't like
filming?
the. What's that?
Who's filming this?
Well, that's another thing too. Who posted the first video, right? Like, who's posting these videos? Maybe they posting it thinking it's innocent, but it doesn't look innocent. Doesn't look innocent. Now,
Zero.
it could be,
No.
right? It could be. It could
Sorry,
be.
Aljo. When he put that blanket on him, that was far from innocent, man. I
What do you
mean,
mean put?
when he went under the blanket and he stuck his hand in there and you could see him literally where he's going. I mean, the first
So
two times it's obvious, but that one was so evident.
so I get you. It looks like that's where he's going in the video, right? It looks like it, but the kid was scrunched up. It looked like he could be tickling. Now I'm just playing devil's advocate because I still think it looks fucked up 100%. But it could be tickling his stomach. It's just a little bit close there, right? But at
I
the
would have
same
thought
time,
that had I not seen the previous ones
which previous ones?
where he stuck his hands up his underwear.
Um, I don't think he stuck it up there, but he slapped the bum. Yeah, he did do that. No, I get what you're saying.
I
100%. I'm saying.
honestly, I don't want to see it again, but if you watch it
No,
again,
I'm not showing it again. I'm not showing it again. But I hear what you're saying, and that's what I'm saying. It is very fucking suspect, 100%. He deserves to get charged. He deserves to get investigated and whatever. Especially if the reports are true where the kids are saying that he's molesting him, then 100%. This is a video that I think more people should be complaining about than the Michael Jordan video. And that's the whole point that I was trying to put on this whole topic here, is that the Michael Jordan thing is a nothing burger. But this one, like, you barely hearing about this, but Michael Jordan is everywhere in X.
Because this guy's a nobody.
100%. G Major said sick, absolutely. And he said, bro, his last name is McNutt. That's what I'm saying. That is absolutely crazy that his last name is freaking McNutt. That is crazy.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, if that's not a sign that your life is not gonna go the way you think it is, you're right then and there.
I knew a guy whose last name was Le Hash. He smoked hash.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know what I
You know?
mean? You know what I mean? So that's crazy though. But that's all I want to say. It's just like when you see these two videos apart, one is like a nothing burger, and the next one is something that looks like it's like, yo, you need to lock this guy up. One, people are complaining about way too much, and one seems to be ignored. And that's the problem. That's the huge problem, right? You want to take down Michael Jordan, or try and take down Michael Jordan, or now want to put this narrative on Michael Jordan when you have real pedophiles like this going on. Not to mention the fact that, and you know I'm bringing it up, there's a bunch of names in those Epstein files that we still haven't heard yet.
You heard that shit about Jay-Z and what's his name? Jay-Z and that next guy, I forget his name. Jay-Z's caught up in there big time.
In what?
Epstein.
Okay, but what are they saying though?
He's at them parties. Even girls are calling him out.
Yeah. Again, I want to see the files.
Supposedly, when they made mention of releasing the files,
Mm-hmm.
my boy said, Diddy, I ain't following you. I'm outie. And he's gone. He hasn't been in the U.S. since.
No, he's in the U.S. He was the one to put together the Super Bowl show.
He was there?
I don't know if he was there, but I mean, if he's working with the NFL,
he could do that. Everybody's working overseas and shit now. So that's the new jobs that you can work from anywhere. Supposedly, the guys that are saying this, these guys are truth speakers. They call him Jay-Z and the next guy. Fuck, I can't remember the guy's name.
But these truth speakers, they don't really come with facts, though. Like, there's no
proof. Coming with facts because they're saying how Kanye put out that song about his boys don't go to that island.
Mm-hmm.
And that island was in reference to Epstein's island, and the names that he called out are those two guys' names.
He said, yeah, Jay-Z was there during the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, these guys that claim to be truth flowers and stuff like that, they never come with the facts. There's no facts to say, oh, Jay-Z's not in the USA. Well, how do you know that? Do you have plane tickets?
Oh, dog, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I mean? So, and here's the thing, too, which I have a problem with, too, when it comes to the Epstein files. I know there's a lot of people whose names are in it, but I've never been to the island or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What happened with Pusha T?
He's the guy who's referring to.
Okay. He's the other guy, Jay-Z and Pusha T. Okay. Now, if you told me that, hey, Jay-Z was on the island, would I be surprised? Probably not. I believe Beyonce was underage when Jay-Z started talking to her.
100%. Right? Even Aaliyah.
Aaliyah was underage too. Well, he never got with Aaliyah though.
He wanted to.
He wanted to, yes. But Aaliyah then ended up with R. Kelly, and then after R. Kelly, she was with Dame Dash, right? Now, but when she was with Dame Dash, she was of age. You know, that's why when you see Jay-Z and R. Kelly's album together, and I'm not sure if it's both of them or just one, but Dame Dash's name is nowhere near it.
No, he wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with it. And he even told Jay-Z not to do it, but it is what it is, you know? So, but yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's a huge cover up with them files, and we'll probably never ever know the truth.
Well,
You know what I mean? And people will just be using certain things to cover it up and all kinds of stuff. And it's just crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Now, this one, oh, Lord, this one is going to be for my American friends because because I know you guys are always on me, right? Oh, it's always American stuff you're talking about. But I'm gonna ask for Berto. Berto, you hear about the shooting in BC?
yeah. What was it? A fucking hockey game or
Oh, no, 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 no. The hockey game is another one. I think that was in the States. Um, BC, the mass shooting in the school.
nope?
All right. So since Roberto, we're gonna bring it up real quick. Let me just share this tab here. So, guys, Americans, Canada has actually had a mass shooting. So let me see if this is a good article to
We
read.
had one before.
Oh yeah, but years, like,
You don't
you know
remember
what I
that?
mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say that guy in Halifax posing as an RCMP.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Our mass shootings are years apart, guys. Not just 1 or 2 years. We're talking like 5, 10
These
years
guys have
apart.
more mass shootings in one day than we have in years.
Facts, 100%. So, Tumblr mass shooting, what we know so far. Canadian police say 8 people have been killed in a mass
Yeah.
shooting at a school and home in a remote rural community of Tumblr Ridge in the western province of British Columbia. 6 people were killed and at least 25 people were injured at Tumblr Ridge Secondary School. The suspect, 18-year-old Jesse Van Rosseller, was found dead at the scene from a self inflicted gunshot injury, police said. Two others, the suspect's mother, 39, and stepbrother, 11, were also found dead at a nearby home. This is what we know so far about one of the deadliest guns attacks in Canada history. When did the attack start? The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMP, said that they received reports of an active shooter at Tumblr Ridge Secondary School at 1:30 local time on Tuesday. The police responded by deploying officers to the scene and issued an active shooter alert for the Ritual community and the surrounding area. Sheltered in the place, locked your doors, and refrain from leaving your house or business at the time. British Columbia Minister of Public Security and Solicitor General Nina Kruger said police officers arrived at Tumblr Ridge Secondary School within 2 minutes of receiving the call of the active shooting. She said such a swift response no doubt saves lives. Police said they were called around 1:43 local time to the incident at the house. The incident at the home occurred first, then the suspect went to school, officials said. The motive for the attack is not yet known. Tumblr Ridge has about 2,400 residents, and its secondary school has 160 students in grades 7 and 12. Let's see what we know about the suspect. Police identified suspects as 18-year-old Jesse Van Rosteller, a former student who had dropped out 4 years ago. Rosteller was found dead inside the school with a self-inflicted injury following the shooting. Authorities said the former student was born a biological male but identified as a woman. I can say that Jesse was born as a biological male who approximately 6 years ago began to transition to female. Dwayne McDonald, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP Deputy Commissioner, told reporters. McDonald said police had attended Von Rosser's home on multiple occasions over the past several years, with some calls relative to mental health concerns. Police were last in contact with Van Rosseller sometimes last year, he added. The suspect previously had a valid gun license that had since lapsed, McDonald said. The RCMP also said there had been guns in Van Rosseller's, the suspect's home, that had been seized by police about 2 years ago. Someone in the family later successfully petitioned to get the firearms back. Authorities found 2 firearms, a long gun and a modified handgun at the scene. They said they don't know how Van Rosses procured the weapons used in Tuesday's shooting. So, Roberto, what are your thoughts so far?
I mean, listen, it's not like shit can't happen here. It just happens so rarely and it's shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's some kind of mental issue involved. And
Mm-hmm.
we won't lie, there's a big problem with mental issue. I mean, where are the hospitals to take care of these people? These people are running on the streets and they're
Mm-hmm.
taking time bombs. It's just a matter of time. But if you per capita it, we're nowhere near you guys. So,
And so the big talk right now is because it's a trans person. So now everybody is saying that hold on, let me see if I can find the video, that it's trans people's fault, right? All right. So hold on.
so
There
now
was that
everybody's
video.
afraid of trans people.
What's that?
So now everybody's going to be afraid of trans people.
Yeah, 100%. So and here's the problem with that, Roberto. And I don't quote me on the statistic because I watched a video where they talked about it and I can't remember what they said, but they said it was like 0.2% of all the mass shootings are trans, right? So now, but I guess in the recent couple of years, it's been a few of them. So now everybody wants to blame trans, right? So here's another video I wanted to show real quick.
Well, when they're constantly badgered and picked on, some of them are going to rebel. Some of them are going to be angry. I'm not justifying what
100%.
the person did, but you got to understand, man, they're victims.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Right? You don't know what they're going through. We don't know what they're going through. And I think, again, the more I read about the story is like people saw signs that this kid needed help. And I don't think anybody got him the help that he needed. Right. And that's the thing. And I think Dr. Phil said he was on Pierce Morgan's and he was like, what we got to do is we got to kind of find a way where we can find out who these people are and get them the help before they do their shooting. So this was one that happened in the US, I believe it is. And I just wanted you guys to
High
see the
school
video real
hockey,
quick.
high
Yeah,
school hockey game.
high school hockey game. That's correct. Oh, hold on. Gotta put some sound on there. Now, good thing they don't really show anything. You just hear it, but let's listen.
What the fuck? Obviously, it happened right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
So, what are your thoughts on that, Roberto?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
I like, how angry do you have to be, right? To do that at a hockey game with kids who probably has one of his kids playing in that game.
Was a young guy, no?
I don't know, but I wanted to show this video here because oh my bad. I gotta go to this scene here. I wanted to show this video because this is kind of what she says.
So it's been what? A week since a trans teenager shot up a school full of children in Canada? And now we've got a gender-deluded man in a dress gunning down his family at a high school hockey game in Rhode Island. Honestly, at this point, what is there even left to say? This is what, the dozenth trans-related shooting we've had in a year? And it shouldn't surprise us, more than 70% of people with gender dysphoria also have another mental health diagnosis. Studies have shown that people with gender dysphoria have much higher rates of psychosis and schizophrenia. And yet our society and our medical community continues to refuse to treat gender dysphoria as the mental illness that it very clearly is. Instead, we affirm their delusion, we help them hate themselves, tell them it's fine to deny reality, and we pump them full of artificial brain-altering chemicals. And then when they lose it, the left blames the gun instead of the clearly sick person pulling the trigger. And around and around and around we're going to go. Because until we start recognizing the root of this problem, we're going to keep having the problem.
Sorry, I disagree.
Thank you. Preach, Roberto. Go ahead. I want to hear you because I got something to say too.
Well, come up with statistics of serial and mass killers, and let's find out how many of them are from that community.
100%. Thank you.
Because,
Thank you.
I mean, these kind of rhetoric should be spoken for what happened to your own people by masked men.
Your own people, exactly. Charlie Kirk, for example, right? He wasn't killed by a transgender, right? He wasn't. And they don't even know if they have the right person in custody for that. But yet, of course, go ahead.
Isn't it fucking scary that everything that happens, they blame the left?
Yep.
So, I mean, how much hate could you preach, man?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, I feel sorry for them. They're really getting it as bad as we've been getting it for I don't know how long.
Agreed.
It's sad. It's really sad, man. Like,
and you know what's funny, Roberto, that you say that, right? You're right. They blame the left, but at the same time, the right sits there and says nothing but negative, hateful things, bro. You know what I mean? Hate on black people, DEI, anything. We're trying to erase our history, but it's always the left, right? John said, why you think Canada has better gun laws than us and then the US or us, either or? Because it's stricter. It's harder to get guns here than it is in the States. You literally have to go to the range and have like, what is it, 8 hours training, Roberto?
Well, I can tell you there's no carry here.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
State that allows you to carry a weapon.
Oh, 100%. 100%. There is no open carry, hidden carry. There is no carry.
You can't even keep ammo in your gun here.
Bro, if you have a gun in your house, your gun and ammo have to be locked up in different lockboxes in 2 different separate places in your house. You Americans have, if someone breaks into your house and you shoot them dead, stand your ground. If someone breaks into my house and I shoot them dead, I could be liable to go to jail for murder. Let that sink in.
We're not saying that it's, in our favor.
Right.
Because, I mean, you have the right to protect yourself no matter what.
Yes.
Now, why do I need to protect myself when I leave my house? Isn't that what the police are there for?
Yes.
So why do I need a gun?
Yes. And go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're allowed to carry a gun, then I'm going to carry a gun.
Facts.
So that's the mentality and difference between the U.S. and Canada.
100%. 100%. Said, there is a video. I think this is so slow. There's a video of her daughter, and she said that she had mental issues. Really? Okay. But again, so what they want to do now, or what they're trying to do, is put all of this on trans people. Just like they like to put, remember when COVID was going on and Asians were getting beat up? They like to put that on black people. Oh, it was a bunch of black people that are always beating up the Asians. When technically, no, it was white people that were doing it too, right? So they always try to put this on someone else. Oh, yes. Has there been a couple more than usual in the past year? 100%. But why are we just looking at the past year? Why are we not looking at the past 10 years and compare that to the white male mass shootings? Because it's a narrative, and that narrative fits, like Roberto said, with the right. Shifty Gibbs said, but before you can shoot your intruder in Canada, you have to be like, I'm sorry, you could hold on a while I get these bullets out of other safe. I'll just be, yeah, 100% Shifty. You'd be like, hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta go get the gun. So you're running to go get the gun. He's like, wait. Hold on. You go to another room, you get the bullets. And even then, by then, it's like you try to shoot somebody and you possibly going to jail. Yes, 100%. Now, chances are, because I remember I showed a video of a woman talking about it, right? And they kind of use this necessary force. Like, was it necessary for you to take this person's life? So, for example, if you come home and there's a homeless person sleeping on your couch and you dust him, was that acceptable behavior for someone sleeping on your couch? Now, if
Well,
someone's,
if we're
well,
talking about guns and shootings, why don't you play that video I sent you?
oh, that video's coming up. Don't worry, brother. I
That
got that ready.
video goes right with what we're talking about now. I don't
Yeah,
think that was
100%.
Canada.
Yeah, no, 100%. I got that video queued up. Definitely got that video queued up. You know what I mean? So, because it's good that we're talking about this, and it goes into that, right? Because now I know it's not a mass shooting, but who is it? It's a white male. You know what I mean? So the narrative that they're trying to push around there and these agenda things, and I think there are some of us who are critical thinkers and who will do research and look and understand, but there are some people who will just take these like per capita arguments and run with it for like crazy. Oh, per capita, black people do this and black people do that, right? Now, let me explain something to you about the per capita. Black people commit more crimes than than white people per capita, right? What they don't tell you in that little whatever chart that they use is that there are a lot of people on there who are 2 or 3 times offenders, right? So that's included in that too. Not to mention, they don't tell you how many of those crimes the people were acquitted for, right? False arrest, stuff like that. So all of that is included in those stats, which they don't tell you. They just go with the per capita black people cause the most crimes. And I can't stand that crap. It just whenever I hear that per capita thing, I want to spit in someone's face. I really do. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that per capita crap. Drives me up a wall. You know what I mean? It's just something that they want to use to better their argument for whatever it is that they feel like they can win their argument with. And a lot of these guys that talk that stuff will never have that debate with someone who actually knows this stuff. I'm not saying I know it, right? Because I do because I watch videos and I watch stuff on it and I read stuff on it, right? But like these some of these guys are like experts on that shit, and I'm not. But at the same time, the ones that use the per capita argument will never argue those experts, right? Charlie Kirk was never arguing an expert. He was always arguing like college students. Did sometimes he get schooled by a college student? 100%. But they know Myron Gaines does it too, because they know that going after these people, there's a better chance that they will win the argument than having someone else win the argument instead of going after someone who's actually knows what they're talking about. So
I think they know they can brainwash a few of the people that are there. That's
100%.
you know?
100%. And it makes them look better when they're able to win an argument and it sounds intellectual, right? So if they get a good college student who doesn't really know, but he sounds intellectual and they're arguing back and forth, but so for example, Charlie Kirk wins that argument. Now it makes Charlie Kirk look like, oh, I'm smarter than most of these people. You know what I mean? So it's just what you 100% brainwashing bullshit, and I can't stand it. But like Roberto said, ooh, Goddamn X, bro. I told you. That's definitely gonna have to get cut out. All right. So, what did I want to bring up here?
All I see is
Eh,
girls, bro.
what's that?
I'm seeing you scroll. I'm just seeing women, women, women.
Because that's X for you, bro. That is X. But that's not what I wanted to bring up. I actually wanted to bring up the damn video that you had. Give me 1 second. That was fucked up. Let's go back here. Shit. There we go. All right. So this is a video Roberto brought to my attention. Have it here ready to play. So let's play this video and
At the time of the incident, 11-year-old Lucas Bennett was playing with a ball outside when it accidentally rolled into his neighbor's yard. He didn't think much and walked straight into the yard to pick up the ball. His heart only focused on retrieving his own ball. Upon discovering the child in the yard, 75-year-old homeowner George Whitman immediately mistook him for an intruder. According to reports, Whitman did not warn the boy or ask why he was here. Instead, he turned around and took out a rifle from the room, firing at Lucas, who was still holding the ball. The surveillance footage shows that the child was unarmed and did not pose a threat to anyone or property. He was just playing at the time. However, the turning point of the matter was shocking. The court not only did not file any lawsuit against the elderly person, but even praised him for protecting his own property. Even more shocking is that Lucas and his parents were found to have illegally intruded and fined $5,000. This verdict has sparked public outrage nationwide. Many people believe that a child playing with a ball should never be treated as a criminal, let alone the Lucas family's insistence that the child's sole purpose at the time was to retrieve their own ball. Are you satisfied with this verdict?
Sad. Oh my god.
I don't know why they used that voice, because that fucking voice was
AI voice. AI voice. But go ahead, your thoughts, Roberto.
so because it's an AI voice, am I supposed to say that really happened?
No, I'm pretty sure it's a real story.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
pretty sure it's a real
fuck. I mean, if that was your kid, well, what would happen? I'm going to jail for murder, man.
Oh, 100%.
There's no
100%.
way that guy's gonna live. I don't care how old he is.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? But that's the thing, though, right? And that goes to where we talked about, again, where people try to put this narrative that it's certain type of people that do these violent crimes when you have videos like this.
I could stand on somebody's lawn and die for it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, I kid you not.
That's the U.S. Is that that's how you guys are with your guns?
And I kid you not, Roberto. Yeah, and 100% that is exactly how the U.S. is with their
And
guns.
that's a kid, man.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And I'll tell you this, Roberto. I know, because you're saying you standing on someone's lawn. Listen, growing up, I remember me and my friends were outside playing, right? And we're like, oh, fight going on there. So we went outside, and it was someone's father was beating the crap out of this dude for peeing on the lawn.
I remember I leaned on a guy's car once, and he asked me if I want a knife or a bullet.
Really?
This is on Plumbon Street.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
You want a knife or a bullet? Get off the car. That's what we heard.
That's crazy, bro. That is absolutely crazy. But at the same time, I'm right there with you. Because I think when it comes to the Americans' gun laws, I think it's a little bit crazy. And I think that there's certain times where you can actually and so Dr. Phil said this, right? Because they asked him on Piers Morgan, they asked him about gun laws, right? They asked him, said, what can we do? We need to get the guns off the street. Dr. Phil said there are 200 years worth of guns on the street. He said that it would be almost impossible to get rid of all of the guns off of the streets in 2 years. So instead of doing that, instead of getting the guns off there, um, and we got like 44 people watching right now. I don't know. I guess that little clip got people popping in here for some reason, but whatever. Um, but he said that it would take 200 years. 200 years to get the guns off of the street. So they asked what would be the best way to get the gun laws, and that's where he said try to get these people with mental issues. But at the same time, when you have that many guns on the street, what can you do?
It's a little too late.
100%. It's 100% too late. So what could they do?
And it's scary because as stable as that country is right now, it's a little scary that so much weapons are there.
I know. All over the place, right?
It's crazy because I think I found this thing either yesterday or today. And before I'd be surfing the net for, the week prior to try and find something to talk about. But now I could just fucking go on, not even an hour before the show, and find something. That, if we really wanted to, we could probably spend a whole show talking about it. That's how crazy it is.
100%.
It's not even about Captain Orange.
I know. I don't think we talked about him much today.
I don't think we talked about him last show either.
Probably not.
Because it's just crazier shit going on.
100%. And again, like we said, so we had the BC shooting. It's crazy. Then you had the one that we seen in the hockey ring, right? And then we had this. And guess which stories are getting, and I don't know when that happened. I really don't. But guess which stories are getting the most views? The trans. You know what I mean? It's the trans story that they're talking about the most. That last clip is sus. I'm thinking it's AI. I couldn't find anything about a 75-year-old shooting a kid. Well, Google couldn't. Really? Again, it's possible. It's 100% possible, Mike, because at the same time, I have no idea with the way AI is, how pretty much, good it is. So,
well, that narrated voice just threw me off.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
The more it spoke, the worse it got, I found.
And that's the thing, right? So let's go back to the AI doing these type of videos now, right? What is that? For rage bait, right? To get people mad and talking about a situation that never actually happened.
Yeah, but could it happen? Damn right.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So if you want to put out shit like this, it's only making us question gun laws. I mean, innocent people getting shot is nothing new.
100%. And you are correct. It does make you question the gun laws and what American can do about them. But you have Americans that are so, you can't take away my guns. We're not taking away my guns. Don't take away my guns, right? Nobody wants their guns taken away. And I don't think we've ever said that we were going to take away, or we wanted Americans to take away their guns. But man, why do you need AK-47s?
But think about it.
People in here, Americans, tell me, why do you need AK-47s?
Think about it. At the same time, all these gun righteous people, who do they always blame crime on? Not the gun, right? Who do they blame it on? People with mental health issues.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, if there's an opportunity to put that propaganda out there and sacrifice a few lambs on their side to push that agenda, it could easily happen. And I think that happens more times than not in all of these situations where we have a conversation. If it's Black Lives Matters, They send infiltrators in there to play the role of Black Lives Matters people, and they start
Mm-hmm.
fucking looting to
Mm-hmm.
discourage any kind of momentum that's going on. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Kirk. Oh, here's an opportunity. This guy's swaying towards Israel, against Israel. Here's an opportunity to blame it on the left. Take him
Mm-hmm.
out. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Blame the left. Two birds killed, one stone.
100%.
This is
And,
my way of thinking.
mm-hmm. And we ain't even talk about, you know, that Israel stuff in a while too, and that shit's still going on. You know what I mean? Like
I
it's
have
crazy. Like, yeah, go ahead.
CNN, BBC, Euronews, Al Jazeera. I watch all of them, Monzo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you watch Euronews, Al Jazeera, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, 100%. It's
There's
totally different.
still fucking 30, 40 Palestinians dying a day.
Yeah, 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 100%.
The ceasefire's been months. They're dying every day.
Yeah, 100%. It's a freaking genocide, bro.
How
Like
could this
no
happen
hands.
in 2026? Blows me away.
I tell you how it happened. Trump.
I blame it.
You know what?
Life
We
has
can't
been like, think about it, Anto.
can't
Life
even
has
blame Trump for
been
that. To be
fucked
honest.
up since the poke.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Everything, everything,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Prices,
Yes.
customer service, the
Yes.
world,
Yes.
war,
Yes.
fucking hate. Everything is fucked up since the poke.
Listen, bro, one of my friends that I grew up with just died. I think it was on Sunday, right? And I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe it was some because I heard the talk of like brain cancer or something like that. Younger than me. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, why are from 2020 to 2025, so many young people are dying of cancer? I tell you this, and I say it all the time. I am 100% glad I did not take that shot. And people will be like, "Oh, well, you know, some people took it and they're okay." That's I get that. I don't think it was meant to kill everybody, but it definitely was going to get the ones who had weak immune systems or something like that, because a lot of these people are getting cancer.
Well,
A lot of them.
you remember the theory of it, right? Of the poke.
Mm-hmm.
The theory was that it was being created because the population of the earth was too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, India and China and what's going on. Eventually, if we keep going at this rate,
Hey,
we'll be
dandelion.
able to handle it.
Yeah, 100%. 50 said, "Oh, the poke. I thought he said the pope. No, the poke. The poke. The poke."
Shifty, I'm not on YouTube enough to know what can and can't be said. So before we get kicked off by me again, I'm trying to walk the safe line, you know?
Yeah, it's all good, brother. I say it all the time. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But you're right. Ever since 2020, things have been so different. This it's been a completely different world. Completely different world from 2020. And it's not getting better. It's
No, no, it's getting a lot worse.
it's getting a lot worse. You know what I mean? I tell my son all the time, I'm like, bro, you better be careful, because when you're 40, this world is going to look so different. You think it's $20 for a steak now? Imagine what that's going to be in 20 years.
You guys probably won't even be eating steak.
Yeah, for real. For real. 100%. It's only going to be for the rich people, because it's going to be like $100 for one steak. And then if you go to a restaurant, you're paying $200. You know what I mean? Everything has changed.
Yo,
Everything has changed.
I messed up my kid the other day. She was here with her boyfriend, and I saw this thing about McDonald's, you know?
Hmm.
How the sign, did I tell you about that? The sign, how it says 20 million humans served,
No.
or 20
Yeah.
billion served, you know?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And they're talking about how they have human meat
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
burgers. So
Hmm.
I'm saying to myself, is that a subliminal message there? because they're like they put it up there and they're laughing at us that they know we're eating. Because Anzo,
Don't kill me, bro.
let me
Don't
just say something. When you know when when I first started smoking weed, right, and we had munchies.
Yeah, McDonald's.
When I would smell like someone would open a Big Mac
Yeah.
in the living room and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in the kitchen, I would
Yeah, yeah.
smell that shit, and I would want to fucking take that Big Mac out of their hands and eat it. It smelled so good.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I had a Big Mac, and I don't know what brought me to want to smell it, but I smelled it and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I still ate it. You know, I won't lie. I still ate it, but
Yeah,
I'm like, this
falling
shit
down
don't
is a good
smell
movie.
right. It don't smell right.
But bro, okay, so when was
Is
that
it
the last
me?
time? Was it recently?
What's that?
Was it recently you had McDonald's?
Uh,
Because tell me them Big Macs are way smaller than they
oh
used to
yeah,
be.
they're
Much
way
less than
smaller.
that.
They're way smaller.
You know
The
what I
Big
mean?
Mac, the Big Mac. Okay, so we were younger and maybe things appeared bigger. I don't think that much. The Big
Mm-hmm.
Mac when we were younger was the size of that Super Mac that they came out
Yeah.
with for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
you couldn't hold it. The shit was falling out all over the
Mm-hmm.
place and everywhere. You eat that and it's a meal.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this thing looks like a double cheeseburger.
100%. What up, Poe? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Yeah, we got 86 people in here watching tonight. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Much appreciated. Shit, if I knew showing a little titty on stream would have got 86 people on, I would have done it a lot sooner.
What took us 10 years of fucking figuring it out?
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, wow,
It
wow.
won't be happening again, guys, but I'm just saying, you know, if I knew it was going to get 88 people up in here watching us, yeah, you guys would have seen a lot more titties
What
up
did
on
we
screen.
have last time? Like 2 weeks ago, 104. You said 100 and something.
Yeah, yeah, 131 or something. So
So I asked Anzo, what did we do?
I have no idea. And I'm asking myself what we did
What did
tonight.
we talk about? What happened? You know?
Hopefully it's one of the topics, and I hope these 93 people that are watching right now are enjoying the content and decide to come back. 95 now because it keeps going up, and enjoy the content and come back. All right, because yeah, we always do topics like this all the time. um he said, will you see Disclosure Day? It's I might see it. Probably not in the theaters though, but I definitely might see it.
Wouldn't you even say, since the writer's strike, movies fucking suck?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, there's some good ones. Like, are you watching
Very
Alex?
rare. Like, what happened to the blockbusters of the summer and Christmas, like fucking Die Hard? And, you know, you had movies that there was so many movies coming, you didn't know which one you wanted to see first, you know?
Well, you know what happened?
What
Now
happened?
they realize that the summer blockbuster, like you'd have the summer blockbuster, which you still do, right?
Yeah,
But now a lot of these
before
movies make money during the winter and stuff like that. So you're getting a lot of these big movies. They're just coming out like certain
they're all
times and stuff.
superhero movies, Anzo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
There's
yeah.
nothing in the lines of like a Star Trek, something, you know, something along the lines of, I don't know, man, like fucking a blockbuster, man. Like get
Well,
creative. Don't
you
give me
got
a part five of something that I already saw.
you got Odyssey coming out, which looks pretty good. Nolan Ryan movie. You might like that one. Oh, he said it's because you have booty in the title. Yeah, it might be, Mike. It might be Michael Jordan doing, and maybe it's because it's Michael Jordan. You guys, if that's what you came for, we talked about it earlier. Both me and Roberto said we don't really take it much as a big deal. You know what I mean? But yeah, but Odyssey is pretty much. Remember that movie Troy?
Is that the Greek mythology?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's
Yeah.
like that, but it looks really good though. It looks really good, Roberto. Definitely good. So there are a few movies coming out, definitely that are coming out.
Oh, look who's here, Mr. Beeman.
Yes, he is. He said Nolan Ryan, the baseball player, Christopher Nolan. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Well, you know I don't like Christopher Nolan anyway. So Christopher Nolan, Nolan Ryan, whichever you want. He said, "Ooh, who eats Burger King? I only ate there twice my whole life. I used to prefer Burger King than McDonald's. I still eat Burger King. I had McDonald's the other day, and I don't know, for some reason, after I eat McDonald's, I feel like I shouldn't have ate it. You know what I mean?
I feel you 100%, yo.
I feel like I shouldn't hate it. Now, hey, I'm not gonna lie though. I know you guys don't like your KFC, Roberto, but I had some hot wings because it was a Super Bowl, so they had the 2-for-1 on Uber. So I ordered some hot wings from them. Them shits were fire though. I could not believe how good the hot wings were from KFC. I thought they were gonna be nasty, and those things were fire.
Do you remember the
They were
last
good.
time we spoke about KFC? What did I tell you I used to eat there?
The hot wings.
That was it. I used to
Yeah,
have 10 hot wings and a poutine.
yeah. The hot wings are
You
fire.
know, the hot wings are fire. They're different than the chicken wings or the chicken. I mean, for something happened in there, man. They changed something in that recipe, or they changed their supplier. Something happened.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you ever had Burger King in the States, there's no comparison. If they had the American Burger King here, I would never eat McDonald's.
I used to eat there, taste better than McDonald's, but Wendy's destroying them all. That Baconator. Not really a fan of that anymore, Paul. I used to love it when it first came out, but now I'm like, I can't eat the Baconator.
I can't eat that, man. That shit is just only bacon.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Paul, are you serious? That burger I love bacon, but that's too much, man.
Absolutely. And I'm trying to wean myself off of pork. Bacon is the only thing that I really eat. So
Same here. But look, Nzo, you order that Baconator, it's almost like ordering Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich. You open that shit up and you're like, you know, I don't know about the Americans, but we're like, where's the lettuce? Where's the tomato? Where's like garnishings? Like, you just want to put meat and bacon, and you think that's that's enough flavor? Like, throw some fucking ketchup on that shit, man. You know, like, man.
Okay, let me ask you this. You eat French fries, Roberto? You put ketchup on your fries?
No.
Thank you. Danny sent a picture, and I don't want to call that. Yeah, you know, I'm going to call Danny. Danny sent a picture. He's like, oh, I'm going to F this up, right? And it was steak with French fries, and he had ketchup on the fries. And I'm like, what are you, 12, bro? Like, ketchup on my French fries, man?
If I'm going to have ketchup, I'm throwing it on the side. I might dip a few fries if they're dry in that shit, you know?
Yes.
To spread it all over, but I haven't done that since I'm like 12.
Facts. Grown ass man with ketchup on their fries like that. You know what I mean? Girl does the same thing. I'm like,
8-piece sauce on your steak.
Do I? No, I don't. And no sauce.
You know, who would do that, man? They obviously don't have Montreal steak spice.
Yeah. Montreal steak spice, salt and pepper. That's it.
World renowned.
Facts.
Steak spice is world renowned. Monterey.
100%. All right. So I got this video that I wanted to show. I wanted to hear what Roberto had to say about this, because we kind of did get into the Trump stuff, but you know what?
Oh yeah, Wendy's is going out.
Wendy's and Pizza Hut are basically
Pizza Hut can take a flex, man. They're plastic.
Really? Huh.
Pizza's plastic, man. Pizza Hut.
Who's Pizza? Yeah, I don't eat Pizza Hut anymore either.
Disgusting.
I don't eat it anymore. Yeah, absolutely. Check this video out, Roberto. Tell me what you think.
Trump, in my opinion, is the first black president. Yeah, he's white, whatever. Okay, cool. But he's the first black president. Barack Obama, okay, he did his thing. But Trump is black in a different way. He has been a friend to us in the black community for as long as I've been living. I'm 41 years old. Going back to the 80s, you see pictures of him with Rosa Parks, Muhammad Ali, Jesse Jackson. When Jesse Jackson ran for president twice, it was Trump who funded the campaign 2 times. When Jennifer Hudson lost a lot of her family members due to violence, Trump said, you know what? Come stay at Trump Tower in Chicago for free. Don't even worry about it. It wasn't even the thing about getting press. He was like, I'm gonna just do that for you. There are countless times ASAP Rocky, he had to get saved in Sweden. I mean, it's been Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, from people in business to entertainers to everybody. He's been a friend. But people, when they're brainwashed, they don't really think that way. They think he's racist without looking at his actual history.
What has he done for the general black community? Are there any stats?
Well, one of the main things is the reduction in crime. That's a big thing. The migrant crisis has been really crazy. That's a sensitive subject for some people. But really, ICE is majority Hispanic. And you got to ask yourself, why is ICE majority Hispanic? A leftist would think it's mostly white. They wouldn't think it's mostly Hispanic because they understand that they did the right thing. They came here legally. They are doing right. And the people who followed them from their country of origin, the criminals, they don't want them here. Nobody wants the criminals here. We already got a problem with criminality in the country as it is. We don't need to bring in more people who we don't know at all.
I hate these coons, bro.
Is there a lineup of these guys?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I hate these coons, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't like these guys, bro. You know, you want to talk about this and that. Trump has pictures with a couple of black people, and so what? So what? Why do you not talk about the apartment building he had where he didn't want to rent to black people? Why
You
didn't
didn't
talk
see that thing
about
I sent you, Anzo?
which one?
That Trump had his annual governors meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and the one person he didn't invite is the only black governor.
Oh yeah.
That governor is the
Yeah.
chair of governors.
Yeah.
If that ain't what is racist?
Mm-hmm.
Describe what racism is, because you know, if you throw a word out there too much, it loses its power.
Mm-hmm.
And I find racism is being thrown out there so much that people are getting bored of hearing it when it's actually being done.
100%.
How could you justify that? What? We forgot to call him? Well, no one got to this meeting and said, "Oh, where's the chair? We can't start this meeting without the chair here."
But that's just it. Trump does whatever Trump wants to do, and he gets away with whatever he wants to do. And then you have bootlickers like this guy sitting there talking about how great Trump is. Oh, Trump loves black people. Trump did so much for black people. Listen, Americans, when Trump is done with the Mexicans and the Somalians and the Latinos, he's coming for black people. He's coming for black people. I am telling you that right now. He is coming for black people. Also,
He's already
go.
there.
I think it's there, but I think it's going to get a lot worse, though. I think it's going to get a lot worse. Also, I think it was Jesse Jackson that just recently passed away. Forgive me if that's not his name, but Trump released a statement and he basically needed all of himself. And like, wow, just wow. Really? I didn't see his statement, but yes, it was Jesse Jackson that passed away. So rest in peace to Jesse Jackson, obviously. Oh, he made it all about himself. Of course he did.
You didn't see
Of
those
course
plaques
he
that
did.
they had removed in Philly? A judge passed a thing that those plaques have to be put back up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's unlawful what he did.
Yeah, but they try, you know. Did y'all ever talk about Nicki Minaj shorting Trump like a crackhead? Absolutely not, because I don't think Nicki Minaj supporting Trump is worth talking about
Yeah,
because
we're
she's
not giving her any platform.
just a grifter, right? Just a straight up grifter. And especially with the talk about, you know, her husband or boyfriend, or I think husband was a pedo and stuff like that. And it looks like she's not even American citizen. So she's trying to get her papers. So she's sucking up to Trump for that. I don't know if any of that stuff is true, but at the same time, she's so irrelevant. It's just doesn't even matter. You know what I mean?
When I see Trump standing there behind her with that big grin, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
silly black woman.
Facts.
Little does she know
Facts.
that when it's
Facts.
time to close that door, she's going to be on the other side of that door.
Facts. Yo, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Anytime he sees some black people standing up for him, he's saying the exact same thing that you say. Silly black people, ha ha ha. They don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. And they call it what? Trump dysphoria syndrome or something like that. If you like think about Trump and all of that, but I'm like, no. That's definitely not it. Trump
You know,
is
you
yeah,
know
go
what
ahead.
most Vexanzo is? Every day I see some senator, and again, I don't know if I'm watching fake bullshit, but I see
Mhm.
some senator calling out all of the stooges, all of the stooges, the DOJ leader, the FBI leader. I see them, and they're making some valid valid accusations against them, and you're thinking like, man, it's finally it. It's going to happen. And then the next day, life just goes on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then you see this clown doing interviews on TV. They're not even talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Like all these courts are going after him. Big deal. Do something. Do something. Freak the world out. I watch these parades in Europe. You know, like they have the Macy's parade in the US with all those floats and stuff.
Yeah.
They were showing some parade, I don't know where in Europe, but they were all statues of Trump and they're making fun of him getting it up the ass, him sucking something, him dressed as a clown. The whole world mocks this guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And what? It's for no reason.
Except for his MAGA cronies. You know what I mean? Trump derangement syndrome. Thank you, Dandelion. Appreciate that. Trump arrangement syndrome is what it's called. Derangement. Yeah. Except it's Trump and his supporters that actually have Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do. 100% they do. You know what I mean? Stranger said, welcome to living in America. You think right as something is about to happen, they pull away and say, nope. It's like watching a TV show and waiting for the conclusion to a cliffhanger. It's so annoying. You know what's funny?
Facts.
Okay,
Facts.
I don't know if Roberto feels the same way, but it feels like we're watching a TV show when we hear about all the stuff that goes on in America.
It's a
Like
TV show that's fucking annoying me. You know when you're watching like a show and there's always one character you're like, fuck, man, why? Why is this person here? They're there to annoy you. And this is what I'm living with this stuff, you know? Like, I love my girl Abby. She is so on fire. She has like 3 or 4 shows now on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
But she always has to bring some Trump clonies on there, and they just irk me, man. Like I'm screaming at my fucking TV, especially Onzo, especially that fake fucking American who's a Canadian, and all he talks about is money. That Shark Tank motherfucker.
Oh, okay, yeah, that guy, yeah.
I just want to punch this guy in the mouth.
I don't like him either. I don't like
I
him
want to
either.
punch him in the mouth because you know some of these guys that represent MAGA once in a while they'll disagree with something he does, but then I don't see him on the show again.
Mm-hmm. Of course not. Of course not. There's Pierce Morgan. He's a big Trump supporter too. You know what I mean? He loves
Kevin O'Leary. Thank you, Dandelion.
Yeah, Kevin.
What? Little
That's
fucking money hungry gremlin.
Yeah, him and Pierce Morgan too. They're like these Trump clonies. Like, oh, Trump this, like, and so one thing
Doesn't
about
Pierce
Pierce.
both ways though?
No, he's more Trump, but he was kind of questioning with the ICE stuff recently, right? But anything else is like, so for example, anytime they bring up immigration, right? He always likes to bring up, well, Barack Obama deported more immigrants than any. He always brings that stat up when they talk about Trump and his immigrations, right? But the difference between Trump's immigrations and Obama's immigration is Obama's wasn't broadcast on the news. He wasn't going into places like Trump is doing, broadcasting it. Like it looked like, and I say this all the time, Minneapolis looked like a third world country at certain points. It really did. When I seen what was going on there, I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. This is in America.
You see that shit happening in Israel.
Exactly. I'm like, this is America. This is crazy. Like, and it was good to see that the people were standing up, though. And I always said that if it continues to go this way, more people will stand up. More people will stand up. I think because I know I'd seen a little interview where Trump kind of said they need to tone it down a little bit, right? But that's because of all of the backlash, right? We're getting up into, I believe it's midterms, guys, and I think he's worried about losing his majority. And if he loses majority, then I think they said he's pretty much going to be like a lame duck president, where he's going to want to get things done and it's never going to get passed. So that's what a lot of Americans are hoping for. A lot of
But
the
at the same
Democrats are hoping for.
time, what he's trying to do is rig the election already. He's trying to make it that they have to have a passport.
Voter ID, the voter ID thing.
Voter ID is understandable. You have to present some form.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But he wants to be specific, and you either have to have a passport or a birth certificate, where a lot of Americans can't afford to get a fucking passport.
I think I heard something like that.
Yeah, so he's riding on that, hoping that its majority again is going to be black votes that are going to vote against him, and these votes will not get counted. Therefore, he's going to have a better chance of winning.
Well, he's going to lose a lot of blacks. He's going to lose a lot of Latinos, right? He's going to lose a lot of people because there's a lot of people that voted for him that
Aren't
regret
those the
voting
people
for him.
Well, that are the minority? Aren't those the people that are suffering, the people that don't have them? So their votes won't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Though they would vote against him, they won't be able to vote.
Mm-hmm. But the thing that's funny, though, Roberto, is this is what you guys asked for. Everything that he's doing.
That's what they asked for.
Yeah, that's what they asked for.
That's what they asked for. Reggie ain't here.
Yeah, 100%. And to the 71 people watching, if you haven't realized already, we are Canadians, right? So we sit back and we watch what's going on
Dandelion. That's
in America. She said, what's that?
What Dandelion said is true as well.
Also, the ID name has to match the birth certificate, which affects married women who change their names. Interesting.
So that's more money they have to spend to get that done. It's not going to happen.
Facts. Because Obama's immigration crackdown was more under the table and in the shadows, where Trump is out in broad day. Exactly. But again, that's how you do it. You do it under the table. You don't need to see people like going out on the streets. What ICE is doing is literally unbelievable when they are knocking on people's doors, right? They just walking around knocking on people's door. You got your papers? And if they don't get your papers, then you go into jail.
But if what they're doing isn't wrong, why are they wearing masks?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but that's a question they can't answer. And that's my biggest pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
These MAGA people is when you throw a simple yes or no question at them, you'll never ever get a simple yes or no answer.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
I don't believe they should be allowed to wear masks. That's 100% correct. I don't believe that. Some of them, I believe, are straight up white supremacists. And that's probably
why don't you hear about the good old boys anymore? Why don't you hear about these guys prior to the 6th that they had momentum? They were all over the internet. You had a black guy leading a racist group. It was like everybody was tripping. Why don't we hear about these guys anymore? You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all wearing masks now.
Facts. Can they show the marriage certificate and birth certificate as well? I don't know. They know more about that than I do, but supposedly the names have to match. So even if you showed both and the names don't match, I'm pretty sure you won't be able to get
what I saw on Abby, she said that they would have to go get the names of the birth certificate and the marriage certificate certified. Then they would have to go to another office and pay more money to have another process done before they could vote. So it would cost them over $200. Plus, a lot of them don't have means of transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And not all of these places have polling booths in their area that they have to transfer or travel to other counties and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Also, people are like, why is the birthright so concerning? You have to remember he means the white birthright because for the first time in U.S. history, minority births surpassed white births. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. That is something that he does not like either. Agreed, stranger. That's why he cares so much about the birth rate. Absolutely. Not just under the table. He was stopping them at the border. No, I hear what you're saying, Mike, but we're saying like it wasn't being broadcast like Trump is. You know what I mean? Everywhere you look, it's on the news. He's in the streets. Like Barack Obama didn't have ICE agents in the street picking up people like that. Not everyone has money to access all of these documents. Yeah, they barely have money to buy food. You know what I mean? They barely have money to buy food, and now you got to go through all of this stuff. It's crazy. It's 100% crazy. And then
Sounds like a reason.
the last video I want to show, it kind of turns around to the first topic, and this is what um Trumpies. This is what they actually think.
It's funny. We don't have any Trumpies defending him other than Beamington every now and then trolling.
Yeah, I know, right? And
Other than that,
I'm
I'm
at the point where
shocked.
I'm at the point where I'm not sure Baby becomes trolling anymore. But listen to this.
Look, I'm just going to say what everybody else in this thread is going to say and agree with. It is time to ban trans. It's time to make it illegal to be a transgender because transgenders become terrorists because they can't live in their own body. They hate themselves so much that they have to change. They have to try to change a gender. And the deeper they go down that rabbit hole, the less likely it's ever going to be that they come back to sanity. If you're a boy who thinks you're a girl, you are insane. If you're a girl who thinks you're a boy, you are insane. And insane people should not be walking the streets. It is time to ban trans. We ban murder, we ban rape, and transgender policies and transgender agendas destroy more of our population and more of our culture and more of our country than a murderer or a rapist. It is time to ban
both of those
trans. They kill everybody. They hate everything, and they are a violent, insane population. This is my opinion. I'm not spreading hate.
Yes, you are.
We have to address problems where problems are. If you agree with me that it is time to ban trans, transgender doctors, transgender surgeries, transgender talk in schools, any of it, then share this video. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. You can't beat God, so you might as well join him. And God made two genders. It is time to ban trans. Share if you have courage and you agree.
Well, I shared it, but not because I agree, because I disagree. I think you are a damn fool. Damn fool, bro. Like, what are we gonna ban next? Black people? What are you talking about? These people run around like I'm God and we need to. I bet you this guy has more dirt on his hands than any trans person. I bet you. But they act like they're so fucking righteous, bro.
Why don't you just go on with your life and start telling people how to live their lives?
100%.
Anybody
100%.
knocking on your door and asking you to convert into trans?
Facts.
Fuck, man. I'm telling you, Nzo, people have no life.
100%.
And this guy has opened the Kool-Aid box, man.
100%. I want to see literally, I want to see Clark Kent Superman birth certificate. Facts. Thanks for the $2 super chat, Poe. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Dandelion said, this dude is grossly misinformed. 100%. This guy is a total asshole. Absolutely. Well, God did only make man, woman, and boy and girl 2 genders. Okay, here goes Beaming Kun, right? There was a study done recently that the trans population is literally below 1%. Below 1%. It's such a small demographic. Just let them live their lives. Who cares? It's not going to affect you. Facts. 100%. And that's what I say too. I say this all the time. Like, I don't like government involvement in people's lives. So, for example, if you a crackhead and you like to smoke crack and you ain't hurting nobody, then you should fucking be able to go and smoke crack. I know functional crackheads. Roberto knows a functional crackhead. We both know him, right? I know functional crackheads. If you ain't hurting nobody,
but there are some.
If you ain't hurting nobody and you're able to support your own habit, then the government should not be able to tell you what to do with your life. And if you a man and you want to transition to a woman and you ain't hurting nobody or vice versa, government should not be able to tell anybody how to live their lives. I'm a firm believer in that, 100%. If you ain't hurting nobody, then why the fuck do you care about what someone does with their life? What is it doing for your life? What is it affecting your life? Has there been a couple of trans shootings more than recently? Yeah, 100%. But were you saying that when it was all the white men? Were you saying ban white men? Were you banning people with mental disorders? Or putting up better laws so that these people with mental disorders can't get their hands on guns? No, those aren't arguments that you have, right? You just want to blame it on a certain type of people. Anybody that wears that fucking Make America Hate hat can kiss my black ass, to be honest with you, bro. Honest to God. Honest to God. Black, white, I don't give a fuck what color you are. You wearing that Make a MAGA hat shit, you can kiss my ass.
I heard the Bloods are looking for a new color because of these people, man. Bloods don't feel right wearing red anymore because of you Magites.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
They said, man, why couldn't you go on the Crip side, man? Why you gotta come over the Blood side?
Sex and gender is not the same thing. Absolutely, people can be her harmonites. You know, I know the word. I just can't say it right now. Both have both sex organs. Her Aphrodites. That's it.
Well, let on to you, you know, so I don't fight my tongue off. Dandelion straight. Dandelion, man, you're too intelligent for the brothers here with these big ass words.
Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
I thought you almost threw off your tongue. What are you talking about? You said that. That sounds fucking funny on a fucking shit.
1% of the people identify as trans in the U.S., 2.1 million adults, and roughly 724K youths aged 13 and 17. Absolutely. Also, if certain hormones aren't released at the right time while the fetus is developing, then they may have XY chromosomes, but some look female. Absolutely. I think it's wrong. Society just messed them up. Why would you say that? I don't believe it's society, because some of these people, and I'm going to tell you this straight up, because I have a friend who had a stepson. They knew right away. They knew right away that he wasn't going to be into women. Right away. And they were right, because as he got older, he came out and he's 100% gay. So I don't think you can say it's society that's messing it up. I don't know what it is, but just sometimes some people come out different than others. It's just life. It's the same way how some people are born with 4 fingers, 4 toes. You know what I mean? Sometimes something happens. So I just don't. I'm not gonna sit there and blame society for that. I don't. I can't do that. I can't do that. Treating people with kindness and understanding stops hate. Facts, 100%. I have strong opinions on this subject, but this guy is an idiot. The problem, more than anything, is people, parents pushing kids into things for social media, lefties, brownie points. So I, I think I know where you're going with that, but I don't think parents are sitting there pushing their kids into doing that, though. Right? I think that's a narrative that's put on by the right to make, oh yeah, you have teachers in school who are telling you that you need to be, if you should be trans, or maybe you're trans and stuff like that. I don't believe that narrative. It may have happened, but they make it seem like it's constantly happening, like every teacher is doing that stuff, and I just don't believe that. I also believe that some people are just born that way. Honest to God, some people are just born that way. The Charlize Theron and Megan Fox of the world. I got you. Could have been parents then. Um,
Look,
oh,
I won't lie. When I was young, um, the gay shit didn't swing too much, and be it that I'm Jamaican, it was even worse.
Uh-huh.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now I've come to, thanks to my kids who opened my eyes to, accepting and evolving and changing. But I ain't accepting this animal shit.
Mm-hmm.
This animal shit that you're a rabbit and you're a fox.
Oh yeah.
That's too far. Sorry.
Yeah. 100%.
That's too far.
He said, I got 3 kids, they're all gay, trans idiots. Um, Again, that depends though, right? Maybe they are, and I'm not saying there aren't people out there who probably don't do that. Probably do, 100%. Because I always say this, there are some people who just should never be parents, right? Regardless of whether it's that, whether it's, you're not taking care of your kid properly. Not everybody is meant to have kids, you know? And I think that there are like that, but I think it's not as much as you think it is, though. You know what I mean? Do you think an 8-year-old should be gay? Do I think an 8-year-old should be gay? So, first off, when we talk about an 8-year-old, I don't think you should be pushing any kid for any type of sexual thing, whether he's 8 years, whether it's gay, whether it's straight. But you can tell, and what I was trying to say is my friend could tell by the way this child was moving that he wasn't going to be straight.
This
He
girl I
could
grew
tell.
up with, this Greek girl, her brother,
Mhm.
I knew he was gay when he was 4 years old.
That's what I'm saying, right?
I don't know if because his sister was born first and he hung around with his sister and her friend and he
Hmm.
played dolls with them. And, we used to tease him with that shit. We're playing with G.I. Joe, you're playing with Barbie, you're gay. Sure enough, he turned out being gay. It
Exact
does
same
happen
thing.
that, not everybody is, straight and then they turn 16 and all of a sudden they're transsexual and, some of them, right from the start, like Anzo said, they have, like Dandelion said, their chromosomes are different.
Hmm. That's exactly the same scenario with my son's friend. The child was playing with dolls. He wasn't playing with male toys. Didn't even like them, right? And my son, my friend, is he's video game guy. Had all the gear, all the toy, like all the systems, and that wasn't what the kid was into, right? The kid was into fashion. And at a young age, too, they was telling me at a young age, he was like drawing his own little clothes and making his own little clothes for his Barbie dolls at a young age. How do you explain that? You can't just explain that with society. You can't. You can't. I don't think you can persuade people that there's something that they aren't. No one could ever convince me that I'm anything other than female. Could you be persuaded to be a different gender? Exactly, Dandelion, 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, the flurries in the communities that you are referring to, Roberto.
Furries. Well, look, Dandelion said, she made a comment. We all pretended. I used to pretend I was a Black Panther, but I didn't
Hmm.
grow teeth and walk on the street
Facts.
and say, wow, wow, I'm going to eat you.
Fa-
Wow.
Facts. Facts.
Like
Running
there's a
around.
separation of fiction and reality.
Oh, 100%. Right? You have grown ass men who think they're kids, right? Running around in diapers and stuff like that. That's weird.
At my daughter's
That's
graduation, there was a girl dressed as a unicorn. And my wife, not used to being in this situation, she said, "You have nice ears." And the girl looked at her weird. I'm like, what do you expect to hear? You have fuzzy ears on you like they're your ears. What do you want her to say? Well, why don't you look at us and realize that we're older and go, that's why. Instead of getting
Hmm.
offended. We're not used to this. So if you want us to accept you, give us a break and give us a chance to, inhale this. We will
100%.
eventually accept this because you're going to become part of. I mean, it's not going to just be one. like you saw one gay couple holding hands back in the day. Now you'll see
Mm-hmm.
many gay people holding hands
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
become common, right? So I think
Mm-hmm.
these furries, at some point, I don't know if this is a fad, it's going to die out, but they will eventually become common, and it's going to be fucked up when that happens.
But that's the thing, though, right? Okay, so now I know, and if you think you're a man and you think you're a woman, that's fine, right? How acceptable do we start like seeing someone dressed up as a horse and tell them that they're horses now? Because I'm not doing that.
But how long, Anzo? I don't think it's going to be very long before that law is passed.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You need help. If you're running around thinking you a horse or some sort of animals, you need help. And Bimika said, is it possible the way they raised or treated the kid, they became that way? No. No, they raised
Well,
and
I
treated them like
would
a
think
regular.
that some parents do enforced by, accepting the kid thinks he's a pony, you know,
Yes.
because some people, so I think some parents are warped like that. Because, if kids are, have to be 18 to get into a bar, they have to be 18 to buy cigarettes, they have to be 18 to more or less do adult things. Why not making these decisions become the same thing? They have to
Oh,
be,
100%.
and then once they're adults, they can make this decision and you have to accept it and move on. But when they're still growing and they're being pushed, all of this rhetoric, I'm going to call it, because I think they're too young for that. It's very easy for them to get persuaded to follow that.
Oh, 100%. I can agree with that.
That's why I think leave the kids alone is should be more enforced when it comes to anything educational
Mm-hmm.
than
Mm-hmm.
any other thing that we complain about leaving the kids alone. Even more so than, I can't say more so than pedophiles, because that's fucking too much. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
if we allow that to happen at such a young age when they're really not capable of making that decision,
Fully developed.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if they do it long
I
enough, there's no turning back.
see. I agree with you 100%. Right, and that's the thing. So when they realize, they weren't encouraging. Oh yeah, do this, do that. They let him be. Right. That's what you do if you see that your child is gay, right, or trans, or you think they're going to be trans, you let them be. When they're old enough to decide whether they want to do the transition, then that's on them, right? Now you said 18 here in Canada, 20, and in America is 21, right? So
Whatever the
21.
legal age is.
Yeah. I'm with you.
What's
I'm
up,
with you.
Mama? Nice to
What's up,
join
Mama
us as
Bear?
we're canceling out.
Also, I believe more and more that parents need to be parents. Again, some parents just stick their kids in front of their iPad and let the iPad parent their kids. Be more involved in your kids. 100% stranger. I agree with you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You do not sick your kid in front of the laptop or iPad or in front of the TV and you just leave them there and go do other stuff. No, you have to have time with your child. Sometimes you may even have to explain some of the things that they may be watching. I remember I came home from work one day and my parents used to take care of my son, right? Whenever I was at work. One time I came home and kid was in the room and they're watching Family Guy, and I'm like, Dad, like, why are you letting him watch this show? Like, this, you shouldn't let him watch the show. You know what I mean? And then I watched it, and I was like, okay, it's bad, but it's not that bad, right? But even when I was watching Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't let my son watch it, right? I was like, nope, can't watch this one, whatever. And then he happened to come into the room just at the time where the dude chops off the gourd's head, and he started laughing. He's like, he laughed, thought it was funny. That's when I realized I'm like, okay, so I can be a little bit more, you know, watch certain things now because he understands that it's not real, right? So I can get him to watch a little bit more. Like you could watch a little bit more, but you have to understand your child. You have to. right? Not every child is the same. You don't think that a kid at 8 year old, one kid may be able to watch scary stuff at 8 years old and another kid may not. You know what I mean? We're not all the same. They're not all the same. So you have to be able to take care of your kid, and sitting your kid in front of an iPad or TV in front of that and not paying any attention. That's not how it's done. That is not how it's done. Um, you can't shame away the gay. You just let them know they're not someone they can that you're not someone they can trust. That, or you mean they are someone you can trust. What's up, Mama Bear? Thank you for coming in. Said I don't think that really happens. They're probably just having fun. Cosplay after hours. Boring banker during the day. I'm not sure what you're responding to because I forgot, but yeah. Oh, and I see a super chat there. I'm going to get to that in a second. Thank you, Beamicum. Much appreciated. That's why I'm slowly getting on board with the social media ban for under 16. Like, I don't necessarily agree with the people giving their IDs to companies. I don't think kids need to be on social media. I agree with you. I do agree with that ban. I know a lot of people were going crazy over that ban in the UK, but I think that's good. And I think America and Canada should absolutely implement that law. Keep 16 years old off of social media is a cesspool. And if they're on X, it's the worst. It's the worst. Beaming Kun sent a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Beaming Kun. He said, so you guys are basically accepting this stuff. So if your kids were in school, you would accept it and let people tell them there's something they're not? But who's saying we're going to let people tell their kids there's something they're not? Again, you have to know who your child is, right? No one is going to tell me what my child is. But if I know my child is gay, then I'm going to let him be him. I'm not going to tell him he's wrong for being that way. I'm not going to do that. How am I going to tell someone they're wrong for the way they feel or what's going on in their life? I don't live in their shoes. So I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that.
See, I wish Danny was here right now because I want to ask him, basically my impression of church and the whole surroundings is you accept everyone,
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
for so many people to be saying they're godly people and they're church people and they're Christians and they preach so much hate, they shouldn't be allowed to say they're Christians.
Facts.
So you need to say you're Christians of another chapter so we know what you represent, because you're giving false pretense to all Christians.
Facts. 100%. I agree with you. We understand having discussions about media. We came from a house hippo generation. Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? But again, at the end of the day, it's whatever you guys think is your opinion, and that's fine with it. I'm just letting you know that at certain points, blaming these type of rhetoric videos are dumb. They're absolutely dumb. Another super chat from Beamingcom, which I appreciate. Again, thank you. When I go to church, they always say there is only two genders.
Ken, nobody's arguing with you. No one's saying you're wrong. If this is what your church is telling you and you want to believe in that, then all the power to you. But the minute you try and convince us and others of your beliefs, then you're going to get an argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
And again, let's say that is the case, right? Because I do believe that. I do believe that. But again, who am I to tell somebody that they're not what they are? Who am I? I'm just a regular dude trying to live my life. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not going to tell you that you're not this and you're not that. If that's what you think you are, then that's what you are. And again, to a degree, because we're talking about the horse thing and the flurries, I think that's borderline psychotic. That I do, right? But I also understand that when it comes to, the gay and the transsexual stuff, that it's a nuance to the argument where it's not just to say, oh, there's two genders, right? Oh, there's this. That may be the case. But at the same time, we have to set into the fact, like Dandelion said earlier, that some people are wired differently. And you have to accept that, man. Not everybody's the same. And as long as they ain't bothering you, then why do you care? Why is it a big deal for you? Why is it a big deal for anybody the way somebody lives their life? It's not affecting yours, right? You see two gay people walking down the street holding hands. What does that affect in your life? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It doesn't affect nothing. So why does it bother you so much? I live my life because I want to live my life the way I want to live it, and I let people live their life the way they want to live it. I don't judge nobody by who they want to sleep with, what the color of their skin is, nothing like that. I judge people by the way they are. That's it. I work with a guy, he's gay, and me and him joke and laugh and talk every day. Cool guy. What? I'm not supposed to feel type of way because he's gay? I would never do that. Never do that. Never do that. Do you guys think kids should know the word what the word gay means at a young age? It depends on what age you're talking about, right? Because again, I don't think that kids at 8 should be knowing about sex.
But
So if they don't know about sex, why should they know about gay?
if your kid poses that question to you
Yes.
and you choose not to answer it, you know somebody else will.
Yeah, 100%.
And it might not be
100%.
what you want your kid to know. So it's in your best
100%.
interest when your kids ask you about the birds and the bees, you give them your version and you tell them to stick to your version.
100%.
That's the only thing I would suggest in that case of that question, you know?
No, I agree with you. If they're curious and they start asking questions, well, it's because they want to know and they heard it somewhere or whatever.
100%. And they will find out elsewhere thanks to
yes,
social media. And you know what
yes,
you're going to get.
yes, because you can't police your child 24 hours a day when they're off in school, daycare, whatever, right? And you don't know what other kids know or this or that or talk about. So when a child comes and he starts asking you questions about certain things, like Roberto said, you answer those questions to the best of your ability, 100%.
Because they'll go
Right?
on the internet and they'll get visuals. And visuals will do
Absolutely.
a lot more damage than your verbal will do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll get through these last comments and then we'll close it up. Churches have only started saying that recently. Okay. Yeah, probably because of the way things are going. Biologically, there are more than two. A fraction of babies are born between male and females. Yeah, 100%. That's what Dandelion was saying earlier. So at the end of the day, right, who are we to decide who people are? $5 says that guy on the screen got some pretty deviant stuff on his internet history. That's what I said, Dan, Mike. I said this guy's probably worse than anyone he's talking about. But yet, everybody wants to be Dr. Do Right. I will say I can get on board with trans LGBTQ stuff, but if you're a grown adult acting like a toddler wearing a diaper or an animal, that's when I drove the line. I agree. I agree with you.
See, that's you and me as the furries.
Facts. That's where I think you lost your insanity. Absolutely. I judge people by their thoughts on the Star Wars prequel, and I judge people on not liking the prequels and thinking that the sequels are better than the prequels. Mike, I judge people by what they think about the Star Wars prequel. You're crazy. And another $5 super chat by Beamingcon. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. I feel like people just need help. I just feel sorry for them. Maybe religion could have helped them. Maybe some people do need help. Like the furries we were talking about, they need help. These people that are going around mass killing people, they need help, right? But again, you can't say that people who feel a certain way are the ones that need help. You just can't say that. Again, because people are people. They're going to do what they got to do and live their life. My daughter and I have had discussions about trans and non-binary. She has cousins that are, and I let her explore those feelings. She eventually found that female felt right. Hey, that's exactly right. You got to let your kids be kids and learn for their own. And we say it about mistakes, right? Kids got to make their own mistakes sooner or later, right? If you don't want to listen to me, okay, well, you're going to find out the hard way. Sometimes they got to find out the hard way. There are gay and trans people who are religious at Beaming Come. The prequels have cool moments, but are mostly miscast, poorly directed trash with soulless amusement park saber fights. If it wasn't for both Clone Wars shows, a lot of fans wouldn't care about that era. Shifty Gizm, don't get me started on you, bro. We trying to close up the show, and you trying to trigger me already? Really? You might come in here trying to trigger me? We're not talking about the prequels. We're not doing that. And Mama Bear said, exactly, Dandelion. Guys, that is the show. Much appreciated. Much
I don't know who
appreciated.
these 70 people are, but it'd be nice if you say something in the comments to let us know you're real.
100%. I mean, we had 80, 70, went down 60, we went back up to 60. So we've had people coming in and out throughout the stream. I appreciate it. Hopefully some of them will come back. But if not, we're still going to do what we do here all day, every day. Simple and plain. You know what I mean? Still got 17 people watching. So I appreciate you 17 people that stuck around. One more super chat by Beaming Camp. He said, let's just hope Robert Pattinson is your next Batman. I'll do anything for him. Anyways, guys, these guys are trying to trigger me. If you guys watch me and know me, some of you don't because some of you new here. But yeah, just go back and watch some of my videos. You understand why this Star Wars and Robert Pattinson stuff is triggering the hell out of me. You know, not enough people like the stream. Yeah, it's okay. You know what? I don't ask for likes. I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for any of that. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm here to do this, to have fun with my partners and have fun on that. So if anybody doesn't like it or doesn't want to like it, it really doesn't bother me. Really doesn't bother me. Said anything? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I know. He said he'll do anything. Roberto, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
For those who don't know, you can find us here Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock. Me and my boys, them. One MIA, the other one Big Afford Entertainment. Getting shit off our chest live like we do.
100%. And I am Big Afford Entertainment. I appreciate everybody that popped in. Tamika Den is in the house. Thank you for popping in, Tamika. Unfortunately, we are closing up. But I know you were doing your stream, so, you know.
Tamika, you could just say Big Afford Entertainment and Roberto if you want to call me title. I'll take that title.
Definitely. Look out for your
this guy below is a perp. He ain't with us.
Facts. Tamika, make sure to look at your inbox. So I'm going to message you sometime, maybe tomorrow, or let you know about the times for doing the Paradise. Roberto, go and watch Alex Cross. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, definitely no problem. Catch the replay if you can. Definitely got to do an edit on the replay, but you will see it back up after a bit. But yeah. So with that being said, I am Big Afford Entertainment. Tomorrow night we will be talking about Alex Cross, the next episode. So make sure to check that out. I don't think I'm doing anything this weekend. Maybe I'll do a tournament. I doubt it, but we'll see. But with that being said, guys, peace, love, and hair grease, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Let's blow this shit the fuck up. Let's go, look. I stack dollars, players and Chevys in Monte Carlos, moving big weight by the carload. First you get the money, the power, then the bitches follow. Got a burner on my waist and it's still with hollows. You know the motto, swig it out the bottle. Got a couple model chicks and they love to swallow. Fill up my cup right quick, that's macchiato. And I don't care if you black, white, or eating tacos. I put that on my Tata Andres Delgado. Fuck around and end up in a cup of caldo. I let the 9 blow, running from the 5-0. Pistol on my side, so if you trip, you get your mind blown. I'm from the city where them winos run up to your side though. Empty out a clip and watch it die slow. Hitting the preacher, read the Bible. At your wake in the mistakes for trying to take the cake that I won't. Beauty belong. Music's the cure, cause when I'm spitting on this microphone, there's never a flaw, yeah, never a flaw, never a flaw, cause when I'm spitting on the microphone, there's never a flaw.